Now we're going to bring in Pennsylvania Congressman Keith Rothfus, who's been on the ground near the Tree of Life Synagogue since yesterday. Thank you so much, Congressman.
Ebony, thank you for the focus that you're giving to this tragedy here in Pittsburgh.
Absolutely. And you were on the program yesterday giving a great account, a very detailed account as to what you observed and what you were really taking in emotionally. And I want to fast forward. Here we are, a little over 24 hours later, Congressman. Is there any difference from your view as to the shock and awe of yesterday and some of the emotional reconciliation that might be happening today?
It's still difficult to get your head around what happened yesterday. The names have been released. We know where they're from. One of them was one of my constituents in the North Hills of Pittsburgh. There are 11 families here who are shattered. There's a community who is shattered, and this city is coming together. For folks across the country, I know that the Jewish Federation of Greater Pittsburgh has set up a donation site, if you want to Google that. But everybody's coming together here. I met this morning the minister of the diaspora arrived from Israel, Naftali Bennett. The ambassador, the Israeli ambassador, Ron Dermer, is here. So this is, everyone's coming together to support this community.
I want to ask you about the coming together, Congressman, because work that you also do is helping communities in disaster relief after natural disasters. Now, of course, this is light years away from anything that's natural, this horrific anti-Semitic massacre here. But as you observe this community in the wake of this tragedy versus some of the community's response to the natural disasters, do you see the themes of unity and community cohesion? Are they pretty much the same, or do you see an amplification because of the emotional stakes here?
I think when you have an attack grounded in hate, and you feel that, and the response that this community was attacked, there is a resoluteness that you're seeing. At the same time, a tremendous amount of empathy for the families. So we're all shocked that this happened in our town. Squirrel Hill is a very tightly knit community, and for something like this to happen here is difficult to comprehend.
A final question for you. Unfortunately, for those of us that have covered this, yourself, of course, being included in, witnessing this up close and personal in this case, we know the script. There's a moment of collective grief and reflection. Then people seem to dig into their political or ideological heels, have what seems to be a very unproductive conversation or debate, and then we see it all happen all over again. So I want to do something different here today with you, Congressman. I want to ask you, from what you've seen, what you've observed, what do you think the solutions are? Leland spoke with our prior guest around prevention. What would your take on preventative measures that could be productive here?
Well, we had a program out of the Department of Homeland Security going back a number of years, the Urban Area Security Initiative. We have to take a look at that program, make sure that the resources are being made available to nonprofits like the Jewish Federation here in Pittsburgh, and to make sure that we are getting the resources necessary to protect people. At the same time, education, education, education. As we see these social media posts from the shooter, that this kind of belief would be out there. I had the chance to visit Yad Vashem in Jerusalem a year and a half ago, and to see I'll never forget a photo I saw of a soldier aiming a rifle at a woman holding a child right before she was murdered. And we had that right here, not a soldier, but we had an individual take a weapon and aim it at people who are practicing their faith in a country that's supposed to be grounded in the freedom of the exercise of religion. So we have to educate people. We have to really convey that message of what this country is supposed to be about, the transcendent truths on which this country was founded that Abraham Lincoln reaffirmed in the 1850s. We have to go back to those documents, the Declaration, the Constitution, understand what this country is supposed to be about, and that people are supposed to be able to flourish in freedom here.
Absolutely. We certainly do. We have to also remember that we have to love each other, and that's exactly the most American thing we can do. Thank you so much, Congressman, and our prayers to you and the community there. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.